Thank you for continuing to watch this video series about Judaism. This is Episode 2, Early History. Part 1, Biblical History. According to the Torah, Judaism was founded in about the 2nd century BCE. At this time, Adonai, or God, told Abram to take his family and move to the land of Canaan, or present-day Israel. God promised this land to Abram, who he renamed Abraham. The family grew through the other patriarchs, Isaac and Jacob. His 12 sons formed the 12 Israelite tribes. 1,000 years later, due to a famine, the tribes were forced to leave Canaan to go to Egypt. Eventually, the Pharaoh turned them into slaves. God chose Moses to lead the people out of Egypt. When the Pharaoh said no, God unleashed 10 horrific plagues on the Egyptian people until the Pharaoh relented. The Israelites got stopped at the Red Sea as they couldn't cross. And the Pharaoh had changed his mind. He sent his army to hunt the Jews down. Therefore, God parted the Red Sea and allowed the Israelites to cross. Once the last one had crossed, he unparted it, and the Egyptian army drowned. Then Moses climbed Mount Sinai to receive the 10 Commandments and the Torah. The Israelites then returned to Canaan, or Israel. The Torah set out strict laws for the Israeli nation to follow. The Israelites were a warrior nation at this time, as they were taking back their land. They housed all their sacred objects in the center of their convoy when they were moving. When they camped, they formed a square around their temple to keep it safe. Around this time is when the stories of King David and his followers and subsequent rulers of Israel began. Part 2. Non-biblical history during biblical times. The first known non-biblical reference to the Israeli people is from 1208 BC. It is a victory monument from the Egyptian capture of Canaan called Renepatah Stele. This, however, does not confirm the Exodus story to be true, which it is not. However, a King David did actually rule a kingdom in Canaan. We know this from a victory monument at the Tel Dan Stele in northern Israel. It celebrates the Syrian victory over David's kingdom. It is dated to about 850 to 800 BCE. Therefore, we can infer that a dynasty started by David started around 1000 BCE. We do not know when the first temple was built. We also do not know if said kingdom was split into two after David's son, in the Bible, Solomon, died. We do know that these two kingdoms did exist, however. The northern kingdom was called Israel, and the southern was called Judah. Israel was larger and had a larger population. The Assyrian Empire conquered Israel in 722 BCE, but Judah survived. Josiah was the king of Judah from 640 to 610 BCE. By this time, Jewish history had really begun. In 586 BCE, the Babylonian Empire conquered Judah. The first temple was destroyed during this conquest. The Jews were forced into exile. During this time, most of the modern Jewish customs and tradition began to be widely adopted. In 539 BCE, the Jews were given permission to return to their homeland. The Persians appointed a Jew, Nehemiah, to be the governor of the territory and granted them semi-autonomy. A fanatical priest named Ezra returned there in 458 BCE, and with the support of Nehemiah, began a series of social reforms. He called all Jews who had stayed behind or were in Israel considered semi-pagans and undesirable, and they were forced out of Judah. The terms Jew and Jewish came into use during this time. During this time, the Jewish people began to establish their ethno-religious identity. Some of the exiles did not return to Israel, and some Jews had already migrated to other countries, beginning the Jewish diaspora. Thank you for watching the second episode about Judaism. Please make sure to watch the rest of the episodes, and they will be linked in the corner of this video. Thank you.